How much can you really spend in retirement? That's the $1 million question, right? And not because we're talking about $1 million nest egg, but because if you don't answer it correctly, you could be leaving $1 million on the table. Most retirees approach this the wrong way, assuming their savings alone dictates how much they can spend. But I've helped hundreds of retirees unlock far more from their nest egg, not by saving more or spending less, but by restructuring their income, investments, and taxes. To show you exactly how this works, we're going to show you a couple that you might be familiar with. Captain and Maria Von Trapp. One's a tightwad, the other one's a spender. Sound familiar? I see this all the time with my clients. Let's take a look at how they plan their spending like most retirees do, where they go wrong, and how you and them can unlock $1 million that was considered impossible. Now, in our scenario, Captain and Maria Von Trapp retire at age 62 with $1.5 million in total savings, $1 million in a 401k, IRA pre-tax retirement account, and $500,000 in a brokerage account. And here's the problem. They execute their plan by shooting from the hip. They take Social Security at the most popular age to do so, 62, and they withdraw money from whatever account they feel like, most likely this pre-tax retirement account. They don't use tax-efficient strategies, mostly because it sounds complicated and intimidating. Now, let's look at their spending philosophies. First, the captain, the cautious planner. He's conservative, careful, logical. He's worried about outliving their money, so he suggests that they live on $5,000 per month. Not too bad, $60,000 a year. For him, he prioritizes not a lavish lifestyle, no big vacations, just a simple life, and that's inside of his meticulous budget, like driving his old Toyota until it hits 300,000 miles or more. At this rate, it's interesting because their portfolio will actually end with more money than they started with. By their late 90s, they'll have over $2.5 million in today's dollars. But here's the problem. Maria isn't happy. She says, so what? We'll be dead by then. What's the point of having all this money if we don't live to enjoy it? And she has a point. Retirement isn't just about surviving, but thriving. So introducing Maria's plan, the free-spirited spending mindset. She says, these are the best years of our life. Why don't we enjoy them? So instead of the captain's $5,000 a month plan, she wants to spend instead $10,000 per month, $120,000 a year, on experiences, things like travel, taking the grandkids to Disney World, fine dining experiences, taking ocean cruises and seeing the world, or being able to gift money, helping out their kids or grandkids with things such as college and buying their first house. So let's see how Maria's plan of an ideal retirement fares in contrast to the captain's. If you recall, spending $5,000 a month leaves the Von Trapps with about $2.5 million in today's money. Not ideal in her case. So what if we instead modify the plan to say, okay, what if we spend that $10,000 a month, keeping everything else equal? We'll quickly be able to tell that they no longer have a surplus at the end of their life, but instead run out of money at about their age 84. That doesn't work. So what do? They meet in the middle. Captain and Maria decide to compromise and say, let's split the difference and spend $7,500 per month, $90,000 per year. And that's not so bad. It appears to work. They have a sustainable plan where they're not being too frugal, but they also don't go broke before they croak. So let's see how that modifies the plan itself. Go back to our assumptions and say we spend $7,500 a month instead. Now, instead of running out of assets at age 84, we get a much more tolerable landing the plane softly out of their age 100, just about running out of assets. So for a moment, the Von Trapps feel like they've solved it. They've found a compromise where they can shake hands and feel good about their middle ground. But here's the problem. They're still using a bad plan. They're still withdrawing inefficiently. They're still paying more taxes than necessary. So what if their plan could be even better? What if they don't have to compromise at all? And this is where financial planning changes everything. You see, many retirees are so focused on making sure that they have enough gas in the tank for retirement, but they don't pay nearly as much attention to their gas mileage or whether they're making an efficient trip for the best route. Retirement isn't just about saving more, it's about using what you have efficiently. If you don't plan the journey strategically, you could be burning through fuel way too fast, or worse, taking unnecessary detours that cost you time and money. But by optimizing their route, making smarter choices about things such as Social Security, tax-efficient withdrawals, and long-term spending, they don't just stretch their dollars further, they get the guesswork out of the journey and gain confidence that they're on the best possible path. And that's exactly what many of our own clients experience. Now, let's see what happens to Captain Maria's plan when they decide to optimize their trip instead of just basing their trip on the amount in their fuel gauge. Here are the 3 key fixes they're going to make to change their lives. Number 1, optimize their Social Security timing. Instead of starting at age 62, they wait until age 70. This increases their monthly benefits by 76% for life. That's an extra $1,000 to $2,000 per month, every single month for the rest of their lives. Change number two, they changed their spending strategy. Instead of planning to withdraw the same inflation adjusted amount every single month, every single year, they follow what many consider the retirement spending smile. They create a dynamic strategy where they spend more in their early retirement years when they're active and healthy, and plan to slow down their spending in later years as expenses naturally decrease overall, but healthcare costs are generally on the rise. And the third change they're going to make is implementing strategic Roth conversions. Instead of taking money straight from their 401k and overpaying in taxes, they strategically leverage their two account buckets and start small Roth conversions early in their retirement years, creating a third retirement bucket. This allows them to pay literally hundreds of thousands of dollars less in taxes over their lifetime. And by the time they reach their required minimum distributions at age 75, they owe way less in taxes as well. Now, let's run the numbers. Remember how ludicrous Maria's plan was? Before, when spending $10,000 per month, they were going to run out of money at their age 84. But instead, we can make these key changes. Remember, we're still going to spend $10,000 a month in retirement, but instead of starting Social Security as early as possible, we'll do it at age 70. And then we'll implement the tax strategy that I've built in the background. So for the sake of time, we're going to implement the tax proposal I built out. And then that retirement spending strategy I told you about, we're going to implement the retirement spending smile, which is spending more in the early years and less over time until healthcare costs go up at the end of their time. So now if we implement these plans, instead of running out of money at age 84, look at that. Age 100, they spend $10,000 a month with their last check bouncing to the undertaker. And that's the beauty of financial planning. They can still spend the $10,000 a month without the worry of running out of money. How? Because they stretch their money further by reducing taxes, increasing income, and withdrawing from their accounts strategically. They didn't need a bigger portfolio to make ends meet. They just needed a smarter plan. If you're interested in deep dives of how to implement these strategies yourself, or to make sure you're getting your money's worth from your advisor, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. So here's a key takeaway. Retirement isn't just about how much you've saved, it's about how you use it. Before optimizing, Captain Von Trapp and Maria were unknowingly overpaying literally hundreds of thousands of dollars in taxes, leaving Social Security benefits on the table and draining their accounts way too fast. It's like trying to drive cross country, but making random pit stops at the most expensive gas stations along the way. And here's the kicker. Because of these three adjustments, they unlocked an additional $2,500 of extra income per month compared to their compromise plan, which allows them to have an extra $1.1 million in retirement income across their lifetimes that they never thought they had access to. So we're not talking about a few extra drops squeezed out of the lime. We're talking about realizing the dreams that Maria wanted and the captain thought were foolish, like taking those family trips with all the grandkids, changing people's lives by gifting money, and making memories for a lifetime. That's the power of optimizing your retirement plan. Now ask yourself, are you optimizing your Social Security benefits? Are you minimizing with taxes from your withdrawals? Are you making your money last as long as possible and working for you? If you're not sure whether your retirement plan is optimized, I'd love to help. I offer a limited number of free retirement assessments each month where I personally evaluate your income, investments, and taxes to see where you could be unlocking thousands more. Click the link in the description to apply before spots fill up. If you found this helpful, be sure to hit subscribe, and in my next few videos, I'm going to break down more ways to optimize your retirement plan so your money lasts longer. For retirement investment insights delivered to your inbox every Saturday, you can also sign up in the link in the description. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.